Hi guys. We are going to get started here in just a few minutes when everyone has time to hop on here. So I'll give everyone a few minutes to get on here, get started. Hello, hello. Hi girlies. Hi Dee, hi Nicole, hi Donnell. We're gonna talk about fun stuff tonight. So, you're beautiful, my girl. So we're gonna talk about one of my favorite things. So grab a drink if you want one. Hi, Courtney. And that way you can just relax and listen and join in. And if you have any questions, I want you to ask. But we're going to talk about astrology. We're going to talk about retrograde and the craziness that's going on right now. It's crazy. The planets, the energies, why everyone is feeling like all over the place. So, hi Morgan. So I want you to get comfy, go somewhere where you can relax. Hopefully you can all hear me okay. Make sure to share this out there, whether you share it to a group or to your page, whatever. If you do, I'm giving away some Palo Santo tonight to one person who shares, and it's a bundle of like, I don't know, there's like 7 or 8 strips in there, so some goodies, and I always throw in extra stuff too, just so you know. I got the turkeys out here down here with me, flying around making noise, so if you hear that, that's what's going on down there. Okay, so we'll let everybody else kind of catch up as they come in. Very last minute, I didn't really tell anyone I was hopping on here tonight, so we're just gonna kind of wing it. And I've got my notes ready to go, because when we're talking about specific stuff, and especially anything to do with astrologies and the stars and alignment and personalities, I want to make sure that you guys are getting the right information. I don't want to say something wrong and be like, wait a minute. Okay, so if you guys, awesome, perfect. Everybody who shares is getting entered in the drawing, so absolutely. Perfect, thank you guys. Hi Annie. So, for the last few of you that just came in, make sure to share this. I'm giving away a big bundle of Palo Santo tonight and a few other little crystals. So, just a little goodie package. Hi, Lori. All right, so we're going to get started, and we'll let everyone catch up. At the very end, thank you, love. Thank you for sharing. At the very end, we are going to do an energy healing. We're going to do chakra cleansing and all that fun stuff. Hi, Terry. Hi, Tiffany. And that way, we all get a good cleansing in. Hi, Jules. Because we need it. And it's something that's really important to do. Thank you for sharing, love. Hi from Australia. So it's super important to cleanse your chakras. It's important, even if you can't get an energy healing from me or an energy healing from someone else, you know that you're clearing your chakras, you're drawing out all that energy kind of to bring in with the new. So just like how we talk about on full moons or eclipses or certain nights where we have new moons, and we talk about putting out your crystals. You're doing that so all the energy those crystals are absorbing, whether it's negative energy, whether it's helping you to feel less anxious. Hi, Shanna. Hi, Julie. Thank you, Jessica. no matter what your crystals are doing in your home or in your room or where you have them, whether it's on you, you put them out by the full moon or the sun, right, to do the cleansing and the clearing. So it's drawing out all those old energies, everything it's taking in and removing from your home or removing from you personally. We're removing that, right? And we're giving it to Earth. We're giving it to Gaia so that we don't have to worry about it. Kind of the same thing with your body. So that's why energy healings are so important, because we're clearing out all that old energy, that toxic energy, the heaviness that we don't need to carry around. So no matter who you get it from, whether it's someone you know, whether you do it yourself, however you choose to do that, it's important to do. So we're going to do a chakra cleansing tonight as well. I just did one. I'm an energy healer, and I just had one done for me last week. And the main reason I had someone else do it is because I never feel like the energy that I'm doing on myself is going to be as strong as what I can do for someone else. So not only do I have my husband that'll do them for me, which I'm very lucky, and he's amazing, but there's a couple other people that I'll reach out to and be like, hey, let's clear everything out here. So just think of it as like a energy shower or a spiritual shower, and you're rinsing off all the crap you need to let go of, right? So it's a good thing to do. Hi Morgan, hi Donna. So okay, so first we'll talk about retrograde, the planets right now, the alignment, why everything's crazy, and then after that we'll do our energy healing. So I'm going to try to make this short and sweet, because I'm sure you guys have, you know, probably something better to do tonight. But right now, and for those of you that are here, get a drink and get somewhere nice and cozy to relax. So this is why everything's crazy. Thank you for sharing. You guys are all entered in the drawing. So right now, normally you have one planet, maybe two, that go in retrograde at the same time. We have 5 right now. So some of you saw that post that I made the other day about how you feel when there's 5 planets in retrograde and the lunar eclipse coming up. Yeah, that's actually happening. People are like, wait, is this a real thing? It actually is. So energies are crazy right now. So if people had a weird week, crazy week, good week, energy, I'm sure, was very up and down. Like one day it was amazing, the next day it was like, oh, I'm stressed out, and the next day you're like, okay, I can do this. That has a lot to do with all the retrograde, with all the planets. So what retrograde actually is, and some of you may know this, but it's when the planets are actually spinning in the opposite direction of what they normally do. So they actually are going to turn opposite. So they travel backwards from their normal motion. So, and with each planet, yeah, everybody's had a crazy week. Everyone's like, see, I told you, it's craziness. So each planet actually has to do with personality, and it has to do with astrology. So whether you're Aquarius or Capricorn or Pisces or Scorpio, whatever that is that you are, has to do with the planetary alignment. It affects your mood, it affects relationship, it affects how everything's going, right? It can affect emotion, personality, that type of thing. So it actually does make a huge difference as to how the stars are aligned, moon, planetary stuff. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about tonight. So it would kind of make sense to you guys, a little bit anyway. So I wrote some notes, so if I'm looking down, that's why, because I don't want to give you guys the wrong information, and I didn't want to try to remember it and say the wrong thing. So right now, the retrogrades that we're in, Mercury's in retrograde in Leo, Mars is in retrograde with Aquarius, Neptune is in retrograde, and this is all going to make sense, with Pisces, and Pluto's in retrograde with Capricorn. So on top of those 5 planets that are all in retrograde, We also have a lunar eclipse, and of course I'm on low battery. We have a lunar eclipse on July 27th. So, in case that wasn't enough energy for you. So, the sun. When we talk about the sun, that has to do, and what that affects is going to be ego and self. So if you say like Leo is with the sun and Uranus is how everything, planets are aligned right now, that's going to affect yourself. So how you're viewing things, the ego, how you feel about yourself, how others feel about you. The moon is going to be having to do with emotion and mood, which obviously we get from the eclipses, whether it's solar, lunar, all that, in the different moon phases. Mercury is for communication and thinking, and I think this stuff is like incredibly interesting, so I'm sorry if no one else is. Venus is for harmony and affection, and I'm going to tell you guys what, like, personality-wise here in a second too. Saturn is for limitations and practicality. Uranus is individuality. Neptune is idealism. And Pluto is going to be transformation and power. So your sun, your moon, your Mercury, your Venus, and Mars is all affecting personality. So when you have one of those planets, whether it's the sun, the moon, Mercury, go into retrograde and it's backwards and that affects personality, what do you think that's going to do? It's going to affect your personality. So where you're normally quite shy and reserved, it may actually give you that energy to be more outgoing or be like, oh, I can do this. This isn't like me. This isn't my normal personality. That would be a great time to meet someone when you would actually be in retrograde for that, if that was your sign. If that makes sense, as to where someone else who would normally is very outgoing, normally has a really easy time talking to people, their planet goes into retrograde, it's going to have the exact opposite effect, right? They're going to be like, I can't talk with people this week. I feel like my throat chakra's closed up. I can't get out the right words. I am upset, but I feel like I can't communicate with people. So it's going to make a big difference. So it's kind of taking your personality and how you are on a regular basis and flipping everything upside down. So that's like a really good, I guess, kind of explanation as far as retrograde. And then your other planets, your other distant planets like Pluto, Neptune, Saturn, Uranus, those are going to affect how we interact with people. So they're not going to have to do directly with personality. They're going to have to do with how we are accepting what's going on around us. So someone walks up to you in the store, they have a really bad attitude, and you're just like, what's wrong with them? Where normally you may roll your eyes, walk away, and just be like, man, that guy's having a really crappy day. You may get super emotional about it. You may blow up and be like, I have no idea why this guy is treating me this way, or you may get really emotional about it, or you may cry easier, that type of thing, because it's going to affect how you interact with people. Or it's going to completely close you off if normally you can interact with people. So that's at least a little bit of the idea. So, Mercury's in retrograde right now. We talked about that, right? So that's communication and thinking. Mercury's in retrograde in Leo. So do we have any Leos out there right now? Anyone that had your Scorpio? No. Actually, you're going to be affected, Shanna, even though your planet is not in retrograde. The energies can affect you, so it can still be very draining for you. It's just not going to affect your personality necessarily or change like how you normally do things. It's just going to be more draining, if that makes sense. You're still going to feel a lot of fluctuation in mood. Anyone's going to, especially with 5 planets out of whack, because not only is the energy going to be up and down, but everyone around you could be affected by those particular planets. So they're going to be treating you different. You're going to be questioning why, they're treating you different. You're going to be reading into things, all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like the snowball effect. So my Leos, okay, Leos, your planet is actually Sun, so ego and self. So with you being in retrograde, you are going to question everything you do for the next week, until the 27th. So if you find yourself doing a lot of that, Cassie, I know you said you were, I don't know if it's Cassie or Casey. I hope I'm not saying it wrong. Leos are going to question everything. Now keep in mind, if this is your husband as well, this is going to help you get through this week, whether or not it's you or him or your child. Let this help you understand why they're acting this way. Like, okay, my daughter's a Leo. Makes sense. She's feeling overwhelmed with everything. She doesn't have the same personality. It's kind of like she flipped a switch, that type of thing. So it's going to affect you personally as far as how you feel, more questioning everything you're doing, worrying if you're doing the right things. I don't know if that's been a big thing right now, but that's really going to focus on self, to where you're normally very confident. Leos are extremely confident. You're going to have the opposite effect since you're in retrograde. So stay positive. You just got to make it through a week. I know it's easy to say that now, right? So Mars is in retrograde with Aquarius. So I don't know if there's any other fellow Aquariuses out there. I'm an Aquarius. This is the second planet in retrograde. Aquarius is Uranus, which is individuality. So individuality, you are your own person. You are very kind of set in your ways, but always open to new ideas. You like things done a certain way usually, but very, very open. And your daughter is an Aquarius. Okay. So as far as individuality, where Aquarius is normally more confident and more less worrying, I guess you could say, pretty positive most of the time as far as keeping yourself to a certain mood or having a certain amount of confidence, that's going to be downhill for a week. So just remember, as far as with Aquarius, everything's going to have to do with individuality. So offer more help. Offer to be like, hey, is there anything I can do for you? Is there anything you need? Because sometimes they have a really hard time delving out certain things because they don't want to put that extra pressure or on anybody else. They kind of want to take everything in for them so that nobody else has to worry about it, that type of thing. Neptune in retrograde is with Pisces. So my Pisces out there, my husband's Pisces, my daughter's Pisces, they actually have the same birthday. So for all my Pisces, that is actually going to be Jupiter. And Jupiter is prosperity, wealth, and luck. So that's awesome. So you're Team Pisces. So you guys are doing really good right now. As far as Pisces, the hard part is when you go into retrograde in Neptune, everything feels like a panic attack. Normally you have things the way you like them. Things are very thought out. Things are very well contemplated before they're done, usually with Pisces. They like to have things kind of already set in how they are. And when you go into retrograde, they're not going to work out that way. George is a Pisces. Okay. Yes, D. So this will help you with dealing as well. Not that we're all fun to deal with, right? But when people are like things a certain way and like to have things prepared, being prepared and it's not anything that's like OCD necessarily, but you like to know what's going to happen before it happens, or at least have an idea that's what's going to go upside down and haywire right now. So you just roll with it, guys. Roll with it. It's going to be better, but it's going to be crazy for the next week. And it's really hard when you're a planner and you like to know what's going to happen and you don't, to just be like, you feel like you're just waiting and there's nothing you can do when everything's out of your hands and out of control. So, but it's really not. It's just the unknowing. So, D, like for you, you're going to need a little more patience this week, because when things aren't going to be all set the certain way that they normally are, that's going to create agitation from his part. So you just have to learn to be a little more understanding for a week, and then things should go back to normal. Okay, and Pluto. Pluto is in Capricorn. Pluto is in retrograde, which is Capricorn. And Capricorn is, do we have any Capricorns out there? That's funny, Travis. Okay, Capricorn is Pluto, so transformation and power. Okay, so very, very powerful power, and that's actually Saturn and Pluto, because we talked about Capricorn earlier too. Limitations and practicality, transformation and power. So this is going to be a big one for my Capricorns out there right now. So not only is it a big week as far as transformation, what you normally have control of, whether or not a lot of this has to do with people that either are running their own company, bosses of companies, maybe you're the manager of where you work, or your own boss. I can't spit those words out right. Capricorns tend to be a little more individualized as far as how they do things. They like to be able to do their own or lead and be in charge. That's going to kind of flip this week to where you feel like you don't have that control that you normally do. So a lot different than Pisces as to where they like to pre-plan things. This is something where it's like they feel like they're out of control when normally they're the one in charge, for my Capricorns. So also limitations. So your limits are going to be tested. And that's hard. I mean, that's a tough one. People are going to push your buttons, and you know that might have a lot to do with their retrograde as well. So I mean, the best thing to do would be, even though it's going to drive you nuts, my Capricorns, try to do the best to listen, because the reason they're going nuts on you and not doing things the way you like them to be done is because they're in retrograde as well. So everybody's personalities are kind of like freaking out right now. But those are the main ones in retrograde. And then the lunar eclipse is on July 27th. Make sure you put your crystals out. That's going to be a big one. As far as, let's see, someone was asking about Sagittarius. That's Jupiter, prosperity and wealth. So you're very focused as far as company, job, money. You're a big saver. You don't like to spend much. Kind of from what I'm getting, you're more like the saver. Like, we're going to have this so we can retire and do all this stuff that we want. Is really where that one's going. So that's good, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you're not in retrograde right now, so I don't see anything as far as things going out of whack. It's just balancing all the personalities right now, and that goes for everybody, whether or not your planet's in retrograde or not. It's just kind of a crazy time. So without further ado, and without my phone dying on me, we're going to go ahead and do a quick energy clearing. So I want everybody to get comfortable wherever you're at. Take a deep breath. Cleansing, clearing breath. Ground yourself down into the earth. And I want you to release all the stress, all the worry, anything that you've been carrying around, whether it has to do with work, home, family, relationships, children, pain, physical, emotional. Deep, deep breaths and just release everything. Continue to take these deep breaths. Sometimes if you close your eyes, it helps. If not, you definitely don't have to. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Yeah, Shanna, so after they go out of retrograde, they will start spinning in the right direction again. They just start spinning really fast at first when they go back into the right direction, the right flow of things when they're out of retrograde. So things can kind of be a little crazy the first couple days because it's spinning so fast, and then everything will calm down. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is align our root chakra. Root chakra is red. Down here, kind of like pelvic bone area. So I'm sending an energy healing to your root chakra to cleanse and clear. Let go of anything you've been hanging on to. Any stress, any worry. Working your way up to your sacral. Continue to take your deep breaths. Through the heart, clearing the throat chakra. Some of you will see all the colors of the red, the orange, the yellow, the blue up through the throat. Some of you will get really warm, some tingly, some just get really relaxed. So whatever your body needs right now is what's going to happen during the healing. So just continue to take deep breaths into that space. Up through the third eye chakra, a beautiful violet color. And up through the crown, which is a bright white, which is kind of a hint of lavender. Continue to breathe into your chakras. Let them clear and cleanse. Imagine them all opening up and spinning in one counterclockwise position, so that they get on the same page. And in your next inhale and then exhale, breathing out anything that you don't need, whether you're carrying it in your body, carrying it emotionally, carrying it in your head space, releasing and letting go, making room for new energies, new happinesses in your life, new success, manifesting everything that you want, manifesting things that you are trying to achieve. Another deep, deep breath. And I want you to close your eyes and picture a white, bright, bright, bright white beam of light from the top of your head all the way down into your crown. And as this light comes down, it's washing over you, almost like a really light rain shower, and just dripping over you and cleansing out any toxicity, any negativity, any pain that you're carrying, anything that needs to be let go of that does not serve your highest good. Removing any physical pain from the body, any emotional pain. Clearing out each of the 7 chakras one at a time. And aligning them back up to the way they should be spinning and running together. Take one last deep breath in. Release through the mouth. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Let me know if you felt anything, if you feel more relaxed. Some people are going to feel very relaxed. Some people are going to feel a lot of energy. It's going to be very different for everyone. If you got interrupted, you had people coming in the room, no worries. This will continue to work even once you go to sleep. It's when your body will be its most relaxed that it'll be the most beneficial for you. And I will announce right after I get off the page here who won as far as sharing tonight. Package of goodies. Feel lighter? Good. And this was just a short, quick one as far as an energy healing. Good. I'm glad you felt relaxed. That's a good thing. If you guys liked this and you want to do more stuff like this, let me know and we can do longer versions of chakra clearings, energy healings, that type of stuff. I will make time to get on here. Relaxed and rejuvenated. Good. Did you guys like hearing about the different like astrology and planet stuff? I always think it's so interesting and really makes sense for people's personalities. You're welcome. You're welcome, girls. Awesome. Well, I will let everybody get back to their Sunday night. Good. Me too. I love astrology too. It all makes sense to me. It resonates with me. So I'm like, I'm going to let everybody know what's going on. So now you know why everyone's acting crazy and weird around you this week. You'll know why. Absolutely. Well, I send you guys all so much love and light tonight. And I hope you have an amazing night. And I will post right on here afterwards who won my little gift bag. And we will talk to you all soon. And I hope you have an amazing Sunday. This is the start to my weekend. Tomorrow and Tuesday. So I love you guys and I will talk to you soon. Have a good night.